Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Rambeard, and today I'd like to talk to you about a most interesting Forsaken female, Lilian Voss. As most of us probably know, not every Forsaken is happy to be resurrected. Sure, a great amount of newly risen undead feel just fine about serving the Banshee Queen, but not Lilian. Oh no. When we first arise as a fresh Forsaken recruit, we are given the task to talk to some other Forsaken that were resurrected recently. We tell them about the fact that they're dead, and that they should now serve Sylvanas. When we arrive at Lilian, she is dead scared. She doesn't believe she's undead. She even says that all undead are attained upon Azeroth. We try to convince her that she is a Forsaken herself, but to no avail. In Death Knell, we are tasked with trying to convince Lilian once again. By this point, she comes to realize that she is indeed an undead, but still she does not want to believe it. She says that she looks hideous, and when we show her a mirror so that she knows what she is, she says something peculiar, namely, "You don't understand, I can't be undead, not me, not now." And with that, she runs away from us. We don't revisit her again in Death Knell, and make our way through the Forsaken starting zone. Then we arrive at the Kelston Estate, a small base of operation of the undead. Deathguard Simmer tasks us with killing Scarlet Warriors, as the Scarlet Crusade is rather active in the area. On one of the bodies of the warriors we kill, we find a letter. From the letter we learn that the Scarlet Crusade has taken a prisoner in the tower nearby. This is really strange, as the Crusaders usually kill all undead on sight. The letter also states that the prisoner had a high status before she became undead. Nonetheless, she is to be executed. We climb the tower and find the prisoner. It's Lilian. We tell her that we are here to rescue her, but she doesn't want us to. We then ask why she was taken captive instead of killed. She says that she's not an undead, or not for long anyways, and that her father will rescue her. Slightly confused, we take in this news as Scarlet Lieutenant Gabler comes up the tower. By orders of Lilian's father, apparently he is a high priest, Lilian is to be executed. Then something odd happens, and we learn that Lilian isn't just some ordinary woman. She vanishes out of the cage on top of Gabler's head and assassinates him, leaving him burning in purple flames. She tells us to leave, and slightly afraid we do so. We continue our journey and arrive at Brill, where we are once again tasked with killing Scarlet Crusaders, this time to the south. On one of the bodies of Crusaders we kill, we find an urgent Scarlet memorandum. The memorandum is basically a wanted poster. It says that Lilian is a highly dangerous Scourge agent, even though she isn't actually part of the Scourge, and that she killed 15 Scarlet Crusaders and did not leave any Crusaders alive. It also says that Lilian's father, the High Priest, awards 1,000 gold to whomever brings him Lilian's head. We show the memorandum to Executor Zygand, the executor in Brill, and although he warns us about the danger Lilian possesses, he does not send us after her. Even further on our travels, we are sent to the Bulwark, all the way to the east of the Tirisfal Glades, where we meet High Executor Darrington. We are to investigate a Scarlet camp to the north, and when we arrive there it is filled with bodies, burning with purple flames. We report back to Darrington, who tells us about a peculiar undead woman that came by, who is sent to work on the Scarlets to the north. He tells us that the burning bodies were probably her work, and by now it's clear that the woman must be Lilian. He sends us to meet up with her at another Scarlet camp to the north, and we do so. Upon our arrival, we see that in this camp too many burning bodies lay. We are whispered to by a stealthed Lilian, and here we learn her story. She used to be a most promising recruit of the Scarlet Crusade, her father being High Priest Voss. He raised her to be a weapon against the Scourge. She studied everything to make herself stronger: martial arts, sorcery, stealth, and so on. When she died, her father instantly disowned her, marking her as a threat to be dealt with. She wants revenge, oh boy does she. She brings it subtly and asks us to come along and speak with her father. When walking with her, her incredible power becomes apparent. She is able to pull several Crusaders through her at once and instantly murder them. Battling our way to the tower at the Scarlet Watchpost, we finally meet her father and some of his associates. Upon seeing Lilian, he becomes scared as can be. He goes on about how nice it is to see her, but Lilian will have none of it. Sarcastically, she asks him how she is doing, murdering his associates in front of him. Then she grabs her father, throws him into a wall of the tower, and in a spectacular aerial battle she kills him with ease. After this, she leaves us without saying anything, and we are left on our own. We continue our adventures up to the point where it's time to cleanse the Scarlet Halls and the Scarlet Monastery of all Scarlet Crusaders. At first we arrive at the Scarlet Halls, where we meet a hooded undead female disguised as a Crusader. This woman asks us to bring her the Codex of the Crusade, carried by Flameweaver Kugler, which contains a list of all members of the Scarlet Crusade. We kill Kugler and bring the hooded figure the Codex. She asks us to meet her again at the Scarlet Monastery, and so we make our way over there. Entering the monastery, the hooded woman is already waiting for us. She tells us about High Inquisitor Whitemane, who is able to resurrect crusaders, and about 2 rune blades that will be able to forever kill Whitemane. We find the blades, kill Whitemane, and plunge the blades in her corpse. After we do so, the hooded figure shows up and rids herself of her disguise. As expected, it's Lilian Voss. She is content with the state of the Scarlet Crusade for now, as it's basically wiped from existence. She takes the blades and tells us she will be going to Scholomance to rid the world of Dark Master Gandling, and leaves it up to us to follow her or not. When we reach an appropriate level, we go back to the Bulwark for quests to rid the western plaguelands of humans, and we are tasked to scout a scarlet encampment to the east. When we arrive at the camp, we see that once again plenty of bodies lay there, burning in purple fire. Lilian must have been here, and we make our way for Scholomance to meet up with her. Although we do not see Lilian initially, we still fight our way through the first couple of chambers and halls of the Scholomance. Then we see her. She is constricted in a fight with Dark Master Gandling and his minions. When we approach her, the Dark Master runs, followed by Lilian. We fight Gandling's minions until we reach a chamber where only Lilian and Gandling stand. Lilian calls upon us to help her kill the Dark Master, and the fight begins. After a while, the Dark Master turns even more evil than he already was. He uses his power over the undead to bend Lilian to his will and commands her to attack us. She yells at us, telling us to kill her, and we fight. When at last, we are overwhelmed by her inner strength once more. She is actually able to break free of the Dark Master's grasp and strikes at him. The ability to break free from a necromancer's grasp as an undead is completely unheard of, and shows us that Lilian does not know any equal when it comes to inner strength and will. The Dark Master cowers and runs away, wounded. Although she managed to break free, Lilian is heavily damaged and asks us to leave her so she can die alone. We walk away from her in bitterness, and to avenge her, we kill the Dark Master, leaving the Scholomance cleansed. We do not doubt that Lilian died then and there, and leave. Years later, we find that she managed to escape the Scholomance and fully recovered, as she visits us in our garrison inn. She takes it easy though and asks us to do some killing this time, not getting involved herself. I wonder though, with the Scarlet Crusade taken care of and Dark Master Gandling dead, what is Lilian's purpose in this life at the moment? Will she fight for Sylvanas, and if not, who will she fight for? Will she even recover at all from that dreadful fight in the Scholomance? Will she ever fight again? These are questions for times to come, and maybe we will find out in future patches and expansions. For now, the story is wrapped up, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a splendid day, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.